I got a short one I'd like to talk to you about here. So, the 10 Commandments, looking at them. One of those commandments is no other gods. And as you can see, I'm out here on the lake. I have my Bible in front of me. So you're just going to have to bear with me on the exact words used in the Bible. But mainly, you don't want to have any other gods other than the Lord. Okay, so you can look at that and be like, oh, well, that's easy. I'm not worshiping a cow. I haven't built any golden idols to worship. I'm not worshiping Satan or Baphomet or Baal or any of them. So I got that one in the bag, That's an easy commandment to follow. But is it though? Do you have it in the bag? I am a recovering drug addict. 100%. Was as addict as you can be. For many years. I was prescribed pain medication. I kept taking more and more. Higher dosage. And I became addicted to it. When you become addicted to opiates, first off, let me tell you, it's a very, very hard life. Very hard life. I don't wish it upon anybody. I highly recommend that you stay away from narcotic pain medicine. It's a band-aid at best. And at worst, you're addicted to it and it becomes your God. You say, how can a pain medicine become your God? Well, I'll tell you. When it becomes more important to you than the Lord Jesus Christ, it becomes your God. So let me tell you how being a drug addict works. And there's so much we can go into on this topic. One of the ways we can go is Christians not having sympathy or open doors for people who struggle with drug addiction. They may want to watch that movie Jesus Revolution to give them a little bit of an eye-opener. Anyway, well, let me tell you a story about that. I was at a customer's house. I install granite countertops for a living, so most of my customers have a little bit of money. I've lived a pretty good life. Some of them you might even say has lived in a bubble. But it's been a little while, so I don't remember all of the details about this customer. But we was discussing, I was discussing something with my guys, and anyway, this customer may have been a police officer, but he was definitely a Christian. Pretty sure he was a police officer, and he absolutely was a police officer. I'm remembering better now. So, of course, he had no idea that I was a recovering drug addict. And, we was just talking about some things. And he was, now forgive me if I've got customers combined or whatever. We'll just say one of my customers definitely said this, okay? He's talking about marijuana and how people are lacing it with fentanyl now and stuff like that. And then we got to talking about methadone clinics. Methadone clinic is someplace where opiate addicts, heroin addicts, can go, and they can either take methadone or they can take Suboxone, and it relieves the withdrawal symptoms and keeps them from being in extreme mental and physical agony while they're coming off of the drugs. Well, this guy says he doesn't care for the methadone clinics, and he thinks that I don't know who they is, maybe the state, whoever. He said he wished they would just let them all die. Let all the people going to the methadone clinic just die. And I was just, I kept my mouth shut. He's a customer. I did not agree or disagree. I just kind of stopped talking to him at that point. And not those exact words, but I've got that same feedback from multiple customers. Guys, this thing's a disease. It's as Christians, we need to be helping those that are in need. Those are the people who need the Lord. Those are the people Jesus went to. Not these perfect people with the perfect house and everything else. We need to be focusing on the people at the clinics, the people who haven't made it to the clinic yet, But anyway, how does it become your God? Well, when you're a drug addict, the only thing that is on your mind is where you're going to get your next pill from. That's it. And what people who haven't lived this lifestyle or experience don't understand, and before I did, this is how I thought. Oh, they can just not want it. They can just not go do it. They think that the reason that next pill is on their mind is because they just want it. They just want to feel good, They just want to get high, Party down, That's what they think. And maybe in the beginning, that's the case. Maybe. For me, it was about sex. 100%. When I got pills, the girl I was with at the time, she would give me sex. Simple as that. So guess what? That made me want to go find them for her. Eventually I started doing them with her, and then we would have wild nights. Okay, so in the beginning, yeah, that's how it goes. But those beginning stages, they don't last long, all right? Then you realize you have to have them. It's not about wanting them. Oh yeah, you still want them for the good things. That's a fact. But what you didn't realize in the beginning is now you have to have them. Because not only are you not going to have that fun sex, you're not going to have any sex if you don't have them. Because you're not going to feel good, she's not going to feel good. Alright? Number 2, your stomach's going to be tore up if you don't have any. So, it's hard to do anything when you're spending your whole day on the toilet. Alright? If you have a job, guess what? You got to have that pill before you can go to work. If not, you're going to be sick. You're going to be in the bathroom all day. So, it's always in the back of your mind, I got to find something so I can go to work tomorrow. You're going to be sick. You're going to have flu-like symptoms if you don't have something. Your body, your whole body is going to ache. You got to have something or you're going to be hurting. It does something to you mentally also. You're going to feel so sad and depressed if you don't have something. So, let's say your job's not physical. Say you're talking to people on the phone. You have a sales job. You're greeting people. You're going to have a pill, or you're not going to be able to do your job well. Okay? Well, you got to sleep before you can have a good day at work, right? Or do whatever you want to do. Well, now your body ain't going to sleep unless you have a pill. So, not only do you need one when you get up in the morning for work, but you got to have one before you go to bed because you need to be able to sleep, right? What if you're going on vacation? Oh man, you got to have one for the whole time. So you got to have a bunch, right? So the fear, it's not about wanting for happiness. It's about wanting because you are fearful of what's going to happen if you don't have them. It's that fear that keeps you going back, okay? Let me tell you, they say 3 days it's out of your system. Alright, well, 3 days it might not show up on a drug test. Definitely in 4 if you don't do it, it's not going to show up on a drug test. Percocets, opiate painkillers for the most part. The methadone, Suboxone, things like that, that's different. But, well, so what if it's out of your system in 3 or 4 days? Your body is not going to be back to normal in that 3 or 4 days. I tell you that. It's going to be a while before you are back to your normal self. So the fear of the amount of time you're going to have to go before you're back to normal It's going to make you want some. So when every thought in your mind is about how, where, when you're going to get your next pill, then it has 100% became a God to you. So now you're breaking a commandment. It might not say in the Bible, don't do pills. But let me tell you, it says, thou shalt have no other gods. And that's 100% became your God. And let me tell you, it is not a good God. It does not care about you. It's going to take your family. It's going to take your home. It's going to take your friends. It's going to take your time. It's going to take your money. And if you ain't careful, it'll take your life. So please, 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 if you follow none of the other commandments, follow that one. Don't let those pills become your God. There's plenty of other things that can become your God as well with the customers I work with. In a lot of instances I see that money has become their God. Now, I can explain that to you as a preacher, but unlike the pills with the money, I can't explain that to you with experience. That's something I've never had a lot of.